What's up, everybody? It's Cole.
And Xavier.
And today we are reviewing another combiner, except we're not reviewing the last two. That's a different episode. We are reviewing Devastator and the Constructicons. Arguably my favorite combiner. 100% it's Devastator. He's awesome.
He's the special one.
Plus, he's also I like the color scheme. There was never really a green Transformer before the Constructicons, and green and purple. It really looks cool.
His coloring has always been very nice.
It has. And then there was Springer, and then he was green, but
he's green and yellow.
Accurate. The Enigma, and this is a standalone. Is this their equivalent of the? Is this their equivalent of like Metroplex, or have they said anything about that?
I don't think they've said anything.
They've just revealed Devastator.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the Constructicon Enigma. If you have Devastator on the battlefield, repair 1 damage from him, then put a height counter on your tower. We'll get into the tower when we get to their leader.
Yes.
Because he gives a brief explanation of the tower. And then, like every Enigma, if you have 6 Constructicons in bot mode on the battlefield and or in your KO area, combine them into Devastator Towering Warrior. And yes, Xavier, I see what you were pointing out. Right down here, there are going to be, by this logic, there are going to be 5 unique cards to the deck.
For this deck, yes.
And we have only seen the Enigma. There's probably going to be an upgrade.
Yes.
There's probably going to be an upgrade or two. There's probably going to be a Constructicon action. Mm-hmm. There might be 2, and I'm sure most of them will deal with height counters.
Yeah.
Bone Crusher is the first up. So Bone Crusher, these are all rares because it is a set. So all the cards in it are rares.
Yes.
But let's get down to Bone Crusher. Demolitions. He's a Constructicon in melee in both modes. He is 4 stars. As most of these you will see are 4-star.
All of them except the leader are 4 stars.
And so Bone Crusher, he's a nice little bulldozer. 3, 4, and 1, which isn't terrible.
It isn't.
It isn't terrible for a 4-star.
I mean, for 4 stars.
I mean, and so far his stats are their stats are on par with Metroplex's little mini guys. His drone, or
Slammer,
not his drones,
Scamper,
but
and 6.
Yeah, they're pretty on par. So in alt mode, Bone Crusher, when he attacks, you may scrap a card from your hand, and if you do, put a height counter on your tower. I believe all their alt modes, save for the leader, They all have the same ability. So we're not going to go over the alt mode ability of every single one of them. We will go over their stats, but not the ability. And we'll go over the abilities on bot modes, though.
Interesting thing about them is that they didn't put like the specific type of alt mode that each one is, like they usually do. Like if it's a plane.
Oh yeah, no, it's just Constructicons.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like, normally, I would like to see that.
I would, but it's something that's almost never going to come up again for Bulldozer and Crane. Because, well, I mean, like, with Grapple, he's a truck, technically. He's a Crane, but qualified him as truck.
If we were to get into the Robots in the Sky series one day, then, yeah.
So, let's get on to his bot mode. Same stats. His stats do not change, but he's got Pierce 2. Which is not bad. Pierce 2 with 3. Pierce on lower attack characters is always nice.
It's very nice.
It is very nice, and especially with how the Constructicons work, it's very nice. Because the beauty of it is, yeah, you're going to need to get them to bot mode. But for the most part, you're going to be able to get away with a few of them getting attacks in while they're in alt mode. Because you're going to want to build your height counters up before you combine. But once again, we'll get into that in a little bit. Next up, we have Hook. Surgical Engineer. I like that they brought that up, that he's the medic of the team.
You know, I actually forgot about that.
Yeah,
it's been so long.
He's technically the medic of the Constructicons, which is awesome. Alt mode, same thing, but he's 2, 7, and 0, so he's quite beefy in terms of health for like a 5-star and under. He's not bad.
Is he the one on the team with the highest health, or is?
I'm not sure. I think the leader might be more health.
Okay.
But even that, for 4-star and 7 health, that's not too terrible. And I believe all their stats stay stagnant, but I can't remember. But we'll get to them in a minute.
I think for the most part
their stats stay stagnant. And once again, Pierce 1, which isn't bad, because you're at least getting 1 damage across.
You know what? I think that once the deck comes out, I would like to think that there's going to be maybe not a full set, but at least 2 copies of Crushing Size. Gives 1 pierce, and then when you place it...
Well, there's the bigger they are, which is going to be a staple in this deck.
Is it in this deck? Oh, you're just
the bigger they
general.
are. In general. The bigger they are is going to be a staple in most combiner decks.
Yeah, no,
And see, I had already told you, I have chosen this as my go-to combiner deck. I'm still going to try to get Volcanicus. I might tinker around with Menasor, but this is going to be my deck because I love Devastator. If I could get a hold of the Combiner Wars Devastator toy and it wasn't $250 to $300, I'd get a hold of it. But, you know. And, yeah, Pierce 1. So far, I have the feeling it's going to be a very blue heavy deck. You're going to want to keep these little guys around.
Definitely.
It's going to be heavy blue. Force fields are going to be necessary. Next up, we have Long Haul. I'm surprised Long Haul didn't have the most health, to be honest with you, being a big dump truck. But yeah, once again, 2, 6, and 1. He keeps those stats in bot mode, but in bot mode, he's got bold 1, so that's not terrible.
The tough one would have made more sense for him.
Tough one would have made more sense, but, like, seriously, a big dump truck, you would expect him to have high health. But he's also got 1 defense, so that's not terrible, especially because all these pieces are very small. And that's the point of, well, that should have been the point of the combiners. You have cards like, or you have ones like Volcanicus that are a lot of stars. Optimus Maximus is more than... Optimus Maximus, I believe, is more than...
Some of us are not happy about Optimus Maximus, but whatever.
I'm also not happy about that, but he's in a different video. Mixmaster. He's hilarious. I like Mixmaster. He's hilarious. With the name of Mixmaster. He sounds like he should be a DJ. Does not have a bot mode skill. However, he is 3, 4, and 2, so he is very weak. But once again, they're very small. So he's definitely one of the ones that you're going to want to get into bot mode first.
Yeah.
Because of how small he is.
He's possibly one of the ones you swing with first, just to
get him
keep
out
the
of the
other
way.
ones around.
However, let's go back for a second. Bone Crusher. So yeah, so far both him and Bone Crusher are ones. Oh, went too far ahead. Him and Bone Crusher are definitely ones that you either want to hold back and transform first, and then swing with something else. See, now that's what I can see doing. I can see swinging with I can see transforming one of them and then swinging one in bot mode. So one of these smaller guys, so I can see like flipping Mixmaster to bot mode and then swinging with like Long Haul or Hook.
Okay.
So that way you're, because they're beefier. They're going to take more of a hit and they're not going to die in one hit because of how small they are. And so I can see doing that first, so you're at least getting the ones that can potentially die in one hit out of the way, or I mean at least in bot mode, so you're not wasting turns flipping them from in your drop area. But it's going to be interesting. Ones that are like this are going to have very interesting play styles in terms of how the strategy behind transforming and attacking. Because then you're also going to be getting, when you're flipping the smaller ones and attacking with the bigger ones, you're adding height counters too.
Yes.
Scavenger. He looks cool. He just looks cool.
He does look
Scavenger looks cool. He's a backhoe. Same thing, alt mode, same ability, but he's 3, 5, and 1, so that's not awful. He's 1 more health than a lot of the smaller ones. So far, I think he's got the best ratio for attack to health. Yeah, he's got the best ratio for attack to health. Obviously, Hook being the most so far, and then Long Haul not being bad. But yeah, Scavenger. And Scavenger has tough 1,
which is most important here.
Yeah, he does have tough 1, so he's gonna be staying around, especially if any of the Constructicon cards are orange. That's probably gonna be the only orange I'm running in the deck.
There will be at least one orange one.
That's probably good, but for the most part, it's going to be blue and white. I believe, in my opinion, it's going to be blue and white. It's going to be basically tanks.
I think the standard deck itself is going to be pretty balanced, just like how Metroplex was.
Yeah, Metroplex is pretty balanced, and then you switch out like 9 cards and it's busted.
Yeah.
Scrapper, the foreman. Yeah, 7 is the max health.
Okay.
7 is the max health.
I thought 1 was 8, but...
And so, Scrapper, he's the leader of the Constructicons. He's a melee in both forms. He's 3, 7, and 1, and at the start of your game, you put your tower tracker into your KO area with a height counter on it. So they haven't showed us what the tower tracker looks like. If it's going to be a cool little thing that comes with it.
I want it to be an actual tower.
I don't think it's going to be like that. I'm assuming the tower tracker is going to be like a little thing that you just like.
But it's Constructicons. What's the
would
point
be cool
if you're not building something?
It would be cool if they made something that'll stack with it, or if like a secondary company made a little tower stacker.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But yeah, so the whole point of the tower really doesn't even come into play until you get to Devastator.
Yes.
And potentially there's going to be some stuff probably based on your height counters with the action cards in and of themselves. Is that action cards? No, not battle cards. The battle cards. Yes.
Yeah, like if you have this many height counters.
It's like when you activate it, apply the effect based on the number of height counters, probably. Yeah. So when this or one of your other Constructicons is KO'd while this is on the battlefield or in your KO area, put a height counter on your tower. I feel like you want to flip him first, to be honest with you.
Flip him first and then attack with one of your super weak ones.
Yeah.
That way you're getting the weak ones attacking in alt mode, so it's
you're getting 2 height counters that turn.
Getting 2 height counters.
Unless they somehow magically don't deal 4 damage. Which is possible.
It's possible.
It's very possible, but like if they don't deal 4. So yeah, that is all the bots, and they're not bad. I really like them. I really do like them.
I think once we see the rest of the specific cards, I think it'll be pretty solid.
I think it'll be a very well-rounded deck, especially when building it. It's going to be very good. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like, it's not going to be anywhere near tanks where like in 3 turns you deal 1 damage, but there's the potential for it to be incredibly stally. Because that's the point. I feel like that's almost going to be the point in a lot of combiner decks. Stall to combine. So there is the normal bots. Let's look at Devastator. It's hard to read, so I went ahead and grabbed the effect all blown up for us. And he looks awesome.
He looks amazing.
He looks amazing. So 6, 33, and 2, which is quite good.
I like that 6 attack.
So when this is combined, repair an amount of damage from him equal to the height of your tower. That's where the tower plays in. So that's where the tower plays in.
If you've got a pretty decent tower of like...
If you've got a tower of 10, by the time you combine him, with the weakness, you're basically recovering 2.5 bots.
2.5 bots, yeah. Even just recovering 1 bot back is gonna be big.
Yeah, because he's only 33. Because he's weaker than Predaking. Predaking's 37, I think.
He is around 37.
I remember there being a 7, and I know it's not 27, because that's just too weak.
It's way too low.
I'm pretty sure he's 37. When your tower is 6 or higher, he's got bold 2. That's nice.
I like that.
When your tower is 10 or higher, change his base attack from 6 to 10.
That's scary.
That's good.
That's scary.
That's very good.
And like
that's a 10 with no upgrades.
And
that's not. I feel like it's not going to be hard to get a tower of 10 by the time you combine.
Do not think it's going to be hard at all.
By the time it's because I'm obviously rapid conversions are going to be necessary in combiner decks. So by turn 4 or 5. Which is,
I could have guessed that.
That is my guess on the average in which you should be combining if everything lines up properly. Turn 4 or 5 is when you should be combining, especially if you're getting a normal transform and a rapid conversion or any of the other things that also flip. That about 4 or 5 is my guessing should be the average you're combining if everything goes well. At like the least by turn 6 you should hopefully be combining.
Okay,
that's my opinion. But, well, your 6th turn, that is. So, overall, it'd be like turn 12 if you go second and turn...
Right. Okay,
turn 12 if you go second, turn 11 if you go first, whatever. But, yeah, I really, really like Devastator. And he's still only got 2. He's still only got 2, so it's still going to be a defensive deck.
It is.
By the way, when we play, I'm never turning all 6 pieces sideways.
You can just put your hand.
I'm going to use a die, or I'm going to literally buy 2 of these so I can put one in a bit, so I can literally just got to think of what it's called so I can laminate it. It just have a big laminated Devastator, and then the rest of the little characters. No matter what combiner I play, I'm never double palming it just to turn it sideways. It's not happening. I will use a die to mark that he is attacked, but he's going to end tap at the end of the turn anyway, so at that point, it really doesn't matter.
Not necessarily, because, I mean, just look at battles with Metroplex. Metroplex ends up tapped for another 2-3 attacks, depending on what he's
that's
playing
what I'm
against.
saying, though. But once you get to Devastator, he's the only thing on your field.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So, like, there's really no point in even tapping him at that point, because you attack, your opponent attacks all out, and then they all untap anyway. So, at that point, it really doesn't matter. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough.
It really doesn't. But, yeah, I'm really liking Devastator. I don't think he's the best. Then again, we can't determine what's the best until we have our first big tournament after combiners are done. But I think Devastator can contend for top combiner.
Just looking at each of the combiners and what the combiner itself does, what would you say is the best?
It's hard to tell based off of just what they do. Based off of just what they do in a rough outline of how you would build the deck, I am going to give it to Devastator.
Okay.
Because he'll have a base of 10 in building defensively, which is how, personally, I think you need to build Constructicons. I'm going with Devastator.
Okay.
He's got the long-lasting ability, and he swings for 10.
See,
there should be no problem getting the height counters. I'm not saying Maximus, because Maximus isn't bad. We'll cover him. He's not bad, but I think he's a little lackluster. Volcanicus, Volcanicus' ability only hits the turn he's combined. Predaking gets 5 weapon slots. I doubt he's going to live long enough to get 5 weapons on him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty hard to do.
There's the one that was revealed, a day or two ago that you're happy about?
Dreadwing.
He's not bad. He's not bad, but once again, like, you can play him in 4 wide planes now. You can do 4 wide planes, which is good.
Actually, no, because Dreadwing itself is, I think, 16 stars.
Wait, so he's the complete combination of both of your... Oh, so yeah, you cannot play 4 wide.
You can just do 3.
You can do 3 still, yeah.
So,
which is a little rough, but you can still run both of them with Slipstream, because you have Slipstream.
I can.
But,
I'm gonna start...
but, like, he's not bad with his ability for you have 2 of each slot. That's not terrible.
I'm gonna start planning out that
and
deck
then,
pretty soon.
I'm not that big of a fan of Superion. His art looks cool, but I do agree with you. They made like the aerial bot cards, and you can't even equip it to Superion. I mean, based off of what that card does, it wouldn't do anything on Superion anyway. But still, I'm gonna have to give it to Devastator until we have the set, so that way we can actually see physical interactions between the new and old battle cards.
That's fair.
So I'm going to have to give it to Devastator.
I would say either Predaking or Volcanicus, because Predaking can have 5 weapon slots, and it would be possible to get all 5 in there. Probably not going to happen most of the time, but it is possible.
But I'll give you one thing. You can 100% equip 3 grenade launchers to Predaking in 1 turn by going... use your upgrade for grenade. If you have everything, upgrade for grenade launcher. Right. If you have the big hand where you have 3 grenade launchers, a brainstorm, and what is it that New Designs allows you to play an upgrade?
Yeah. 2 brainstorms.
So you would need
designs.
You would need 1 brainstorm and 2 new designs. You need
all
6 of those. You need all 6 of those in hand. If you have all 6 of those, you can 100% put 3 grenade launchers on Predaking in 1 turn and buff him by 12. But Predaking, I would rate higher than Volcanicus just because Volcanicus... first of all, 37 stars, I think?
Yes.
It's going to take 2 turns... It's going to take at least 2 turns of attacking with Grimlock just to put the other 2 into your drop zone. And if you're running it the way that most people are going to, it's going to take 3 because they're running the original Sludge, because he heals. And then on top of that, you're wasting more turns flipping the ones that are in your KO area. Volcanicus is going to take the most work to actually combine.
But see, I was thinking Volcanicus would be a top contender because of that
He is
sludge
powerful.
healing the damage.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. However, if they're smart, they're getting rid of sludge before you combine.
Well, no, there's another reason too. Because out of all of the combiners, unless the other combiners and their
Volcanicus is the only rare combiner, other than this one, but he doesn't count. He doesn't count because he's in his own set.
Volcanicus is the rare for Autobots.
There isn't a rare. This is technically the rare because Predaking is uncommon.
Predaking's uncommon.
Menasor
Minosaur's common.
And Dreadwing.
And Dreadwing is common. Okay, so yeah, he's
the rare. There are 7 combiners. He's the rare, and he doesn't even count because he's not in the set.
He's not in the set.
I mean, he counts, but in terms of...
I say Volcanicus because out of each of the combiner teams, we haven't seen all of the battle cards for the set.
You're right.
But if they do only like 2 cards for each team, Volcanicus being a Dinobot has the original 2 Dinobot cards. He also has the new Dinobot card coming out. So he's got... for everything that can be put on him, he's got a leg up on all the other combiners.
I'm also basing my assumption off of this right here. There are 4 more cards specific to the deck, and you can, if they're specific to this set that is being released, you're almost you're almost guaranteed. Either A, they're going to be combiner specific.
I think one of them is going to be
actually see
combiner
that.
specific.
1 or 2 that say if you have a combiner, but there are I'm almost willing to guarantee that at least 2 more other than the Enigma are going to be Constructicon specific. An action and an upgrade I can see. And then I can see
Definitely an upgrade.
And then I can see a combiner action and upgrade in this. Which is going to mean, if that's what they do, like with Metroplex, where there were 2 Titan-specific cards, if you plan on running a combiner, you're going to want to pick this setup anyway to get those specific cards, or you could buy the singles. But Devastator's really good, and he's going to be a fun deck to play regardless. So I mean, like, plus, I mean, all their arts. I mean,
he's got a completely different mechanic.
Yeah, he has his own specific mechanic. However, I think that because they did that, that's why they didn't give any of them Plan or Brave or I can't remember the other one. It's the opposite of Brave, where it can't be attacked. Stealth. I think that is why they didn't give any of them to these, because they've already got a big advantage with the tower in healing.
I agree with that.
Well, that was our Devastator review. And that was Cole
and Xavier.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Adios.